Hi! Welcome to XCOM tutorial part 2. It's kind of half a bit of tutorial and a bit of something else. You left us last time we were researching the arc thrower to stun aliens, so I went and progressed time and got an option to scramble interceptors to intercept a UFO. And this teaches you about your Ravens, which have avalanche missiles for now. So I launched number 2. I don't know why I didn't launch number 1. I always pick the strangest option. And that goes off and you get a little cutscene, and I guess there's a chance of it failing. But it fires on this guy, it gets hit a bit, and later on we'll see that it needs to be repaired. This shoots it down, and then you get an option to send in the Sky Ranger, which is basically sending in one of your squads. So I sent them in, launched the mission. And Operation Burning Scepter. Locate the crashed UFOs, sweep the area for surviving crew, and see what you can retrieve. So I head off in the wrong direction. I didn't scout the area first. I'm like, oh, it must be that way. It's been that way every other time. And then have a look at the map and realise it's actually off to the right over there. You can see the sort of rough outline of the UFO through that smoke. So then... God, playing these games with hangovers is not smart. So then, still, the hair colour isn't really helping me determine which one's which, and I'm still trying to get a handle on working out who's who. And in the end, I actually went online and bought the Elite Soldier Pack or something, which lets you change the colour of their armour. It was on sale, so I picked it up for like £1 or something, and it seemed I quite like customising people, so it seemed like a pretty fair investment. Anyway, Hunkered Down is another ability. I used it here since he couldn't use Overwatch having moved with his weapon. Hunkered Down increases your defense but reduces your sight range, effectively just protecting you. It improves the cover that you're at. So then I just make my way slowly forward towards the UFO. And I'm really enjoying this game. The graphics are not brilliant in the cutscene, but good enough not to matter. The meta game is a lot of fun, like the research and the building the base. It leaves it pretty open. The combat so far seems like a lot of fun. There's another mind merge. It increases his health. See how that guy's got 3 rather than 4. It also 4 rather than 3. It also increases their chance of doing a critical hit by 25%. We'll see that in a second. But I haven't researched the stun gun yet, so I'm just trying to take them down. He's got a couple of abilities: fire, rocket, and something else. Doesn't really matter. Hollow targeting, that's right. I was going to move him up because his chance of hitting was low, so that he improved the chance of the sniper getting a headshot, but in the end he killed him pretty effectively. Then I shoot that guy and take him down, so I got a couple of lucky shots in, which made me quite happy. And then I dashed this guy through, at which point a couple more aliens turned up on the right, and they obviously scramble for cover as quickly as possible. Then I need to bring this guy in. I'm hoping there's no more guys on the left, and I'm just sort of exposing myself a little bit, but move him up there, and then that guy gets a shot in and does 2 damage. Not the end of the world. Then that one moves for cover and shoots against him, but fortunately misses. And so I have Shen. I move Soto up there, to there, and go for a shot, but there's no targets. And I realised later on, I don't remember if I mentioned this in the last video, but the little red faces at the bottom on the right mean that you've got a viable target. So you'll see them flash on and off when you move. So no targets available there. So put him into Overwatch, which allows you to attack if the enemy moves into your sight range. And then move there, and now I've got 3 guys that I can attack. And there's a new guy here, some sort of super alien. But I've got a pretty good shot against him, but I only managed to get 2 damage. This guy, I go for a headshot with 35% chance of hitting, and somehow pull it off. Skabloom! And I hit him, but he disappears, which is strange. But the light plasma rifle explodes into fragments, so that's some more fragments to collect. And then there's some alien activity. It's their turn. He boosts that guy. And he shoots at me, does another 2 damage, so that guy's taken 4 damage now. I move Soto up for the hollow boosting. Oh no, I don't move him up yet, sorry. I move this guy around, my run and gunner, and take a shot against that guy. And interestingly, well, he misses. But then I go for a shot on this guy and take him down. And because of the mind merge, it kills the guy that he's mind merged with, which is pretty neat. So that was a pretty quick mission. 5 kills. 0 guys lost, a couple of wounded, but not the end of the world, and 3 promotions. Yay! So with this guy, he's got Shredder Rocket, which increases the damage. It's like a debuff for extra damage, and Suppression, which debuffs the enemy's shooting ability. So I took the debuff for shooting ability. This guy has 5 defense for every enemy in sight, or 10 critical chance for every enemy in sight. So I went with Aggression for extra critical, and this guy can either have extra move or covering fire, so allowing Overwatch to trigger on shooting, which seems like a really good thing to do. And I got a bunch of great stuff here: UFO power source, UFO flight computer, and some other bits and pieces which will help with the research. Then this dude whitters to me for a bit about planes and satellites, and how it's very important you launch satellites to cover other areas, and how you must have a bunch of planes in a hangar. But I need to first build, before I manufacture a satellite, I need to build a satellite uplink. So there didn't seem much point in building those just yet, plus my money is a little bit limited. This thing needs excavating, so I go ahead and excavate that. I don't build an access lift for now. There we go. Excavate, that'll take 5 days. And it will cost an extra 10 credits, I guess, every month, but that's fine. Then I go to the hangar and have a look at the Ravens. That one you see is repairing from its work earlier. I went in and had a look at their details, but there's not much I can do. They can basically only use avalanche missiles at the moment. So I cut that out where I was just fiddling around with menus and stuff. There we go. Avalanche missiles. Infinite number, so back. I thought about deploying one to North America, but I might do that when I've built a few more. Then XCOM Finances is just a little breakdown of the incoming and outgoing money based on everything. So the craft maintenance costs a little bit, and the facility maintenance costs a little bit. The grey market allows you to sell the items that you've found, but a little voice pops up and goes, "We don't recommend you do it, you may need stuff later," so I held off on doing that just for now. And then I went to scan for activity to progress my research. So assigning the research, basically what that does, it's got 2 shots per mission. And it allows you to stun enemies that have been damaged with 3 hit points or less. They'll be easier to stun. So that's these guys by default for the time being. And then I researched the alien autopsy. I figure that's probably a good idea, and you get a little cutscene where he's just digging gubbins out of the dude. There's some stuff you can do in the officer training school. You can increase the experience of the soldiers and also increase the squad size, so I spent some money on that. And there's a memorial there which shows people that have been lost in combat. They're the 3 from the first mission. Then I figured I would continue to complete the alien containment system, because what I need to do for what's-her-name, researchy lady, is build that up and capture a live alien. Then I figured I'd put in an access lift to be able to extend the ground that I'm building on. In addition, it seems like if you build stuff together you get bonuses, so like 2 power things next to each other give you a bonus for power, and 2 laboratories give you a research bonus and stuff like that. And progressing time, the alien autopsy is complete. I get an uplink targeting aim available for manufacture, so I didn't actually go and manufacture that, but I probably should. It gives you a temporary 1-shot boost to your unit's accuracy, which might be quite useful. And then I went ahead and researched, I think, beam weapons or experimental warfare. Experimental warfare. There we go. So begin that and continue. This little button just makes things go blue. Not really sure what it does, but continue to scan. And then the council wanted to speak. Hello, council. And they're going to give me a sniper sergeant for doing this mission. So I went ahead and launched that, and I downloaded the soldier pack so I could customize them. Pink is the best. Green is sniper, yellow and purple are my assault guys, and the red and yellow guys are the rookies. So hopefully I can pick them out a little better. I also assigned stun guns to 2 of my team, but it took me a while to work out how to use those. So I checked out the area first this time so I would know which way to go, but in this one it's a little more obvious. There really is only one direction you can proceed. So I sped it up here while I'm just advancing. There's a dude there who says, "Come over here, I'll keep you covered," but then proceeds to do nothing at all. And in fact later on a thin man turns up right on the way back to the drop pad or the pickup pad and shoots at me instead of him, despite the fact he's closer, but whatever, doesn't matter. He's basically just a bit of fluff to make the mission better. So you have got to rescue a general who's been pinned down by the aliens. He's by the yellow arrow. I run ahead and we reveal a thin man there. Hello, thin man with your strange little glasses. He runs off to get some cover behind this car. And then it's his turn. He moves up here and takes a shot at me. Fortunately misses, he hits the car. Then I move Soto up just a little bit. Do I? Let's see. No, I don't. I move, I go for a headshot with the sniper, and a 65% chance, even though it's through the car. I'm not sure if the car there made a difference, but I missed anyway. I assume it takes the line of sight into account when it gives you the percentage chances to hit. Anyway, I bring up one of my stunners, one of the rookies, the lady, and try and get a shot on this guy. 47% chance to hit, but that's a miss too. So then bring up, who's this guy? The rocket guy, Mr. Soto, the heavy. I figure his hollow targeting may help, and I probably should have done that first. He's already got a pretty good target, but since you can move and shoot, I figure I may as well get him a little bit closer. He's got a 59% chance to hit, and he takes him down. Yay, Soto. Then I just proceed to move the squad up, continuing to progress towards the general. Not much else happens for a little bit until I get within line of sight. I'm just taking it pretty safely though. There's the general. He's like, General Van Dorn. He's, get over here. Come on, don't let me have all the fun and stuff like that, even though he's doing absolutely nothing. Then just, moving forward, I thought I would try and get someone there for line of sight and give them an elevation bonus. There's an alien down there who scuttles behind the car, so I come around to the left to try and get a shot on him, but there's no one in target, so I bring him up a little further. I'm figuring he'll be in better cover since he can't shoot at the end of that move. And then I can just get a shot in from there, and I get a really lucky shot off. Then it's just a question of advancing further, try and pin the general down. Or to pin the general down, try and pick the general up. It's the alien's turn, which implies there are many more left, or at least one more left anyway. And I know, which is good, because I know I need to stun one. And I figure they're up the other side, given that I can pretty much see the entire low area. So moving on, advancing down towards the general, I leave that guy pretty exposed. There's one alien. My sniper is that my sniper? No, that's my assault guy. He has not got anyone to shoot at, so the shooting range is quite short, I guess, especially with a shotgun. But there is the other alien, so there's two up there, so what I need to do is kill one and stun the other. We've picked up the general now, so it tells me I need to get back there, and then there's a bit of me just advancing the troops and trying to work out what the effective range on these guys is. Which really, it's not as much as I'd hoped, but you'll see when I level up the sniper, he gets an ability later on, which allows him to shoot anyone within line of sight of any of the teammates. So he can basically shoot, I think it's called squad sight. I think about moving the general back, but I don't want to expose him just yet, and I don't really know what's behind me. So the sniper actually doesn't do much here. Anyway, they go for a mind merge to boost him and increase the critical. He takes a shot there, but thankfully misses. So then it's just a question of trying to work out how I'm going to get up there. That guy got poisoned. I moved him stupidly into the thin man's death patch. But I use hollow targeting to make that guy more visible. Stunning also has an extremely short range. So I need to get him up close, but at this point I haven't quite realised that. I bring my other guy up and then leave the sniper there, I think, for the time being. This guy doesn't have much to do, so I just bring him up a bit into better cover. He can't shoot from there, there's nothing, like he's going to be fully exposed there, so I just advance him a bit more, and he's still not got a decent target to pick at. The sniper still can't do much from where he is, so I get him to reload, and then bring, I think that's Chickadee, yeah it is, up to there. Then it's the end of the turn, pretty much. Hunker down, there we go, and let him hunker down as well. Then let the aliens have their fun. It's another mind merge for that fella. And he takes another shot at Soto, gets another 2 damage on him. Is that Soto? Yeah, it is. Gets the first 2 damage on him, sorry. He missed the first time. Those are the abilities. He's got hollow targeting, suppression, and fire rocket. I'm just sort of playing around with the buttons at this point. Suppression he can't do because he doesn't have enough ammo, so I need to reload, and I can find out the sectoid has this mind merge skill now, so 25% critical and +1 health. He's on elevated ground, so he gets an offensive bonus, and obviously he's been mind merged by his friend. So I should have just really reloaded, but I went for a shot instead. and got lucky and took him down. His plasma pistol exploded into fragments, so that's some stuff I can pick up. And then I figure I will bring these guys around to try and flank that guy behind the car. Now I've realised that the assault rifle and the shotgun and stuff do too much damage. So I can see they've all got pistols, but I haven't entirely worked out how to use them yet. You'll see in a bit I try clicking around and waste a move and then finally work it out. So leaving General Van Dorn there for the time being, I bring my Undai, who is I think my other recruit up there. Just dash him up, and then bring my sniper into position here. The alien obviously bugs out and goes for a shot on Soto again, but only gets 1 damage, which is good. I think I want to research body armor next time. But progressing up here, see the stun range there. I hadn't entirely worked out that that was the range I could stun from, but I bring him around here and switch to the, or try to switch to the pistol, but I double click it and that gets him to reload it even though it's full, which is sort of annoying, but such is life. Then I bring Medina around. He's one of my recruits, my rookies. Oh, the other guy's my assault guy, I guess. I bring Medina round to the edge of this to get a shot with the pistol you'll see there, which does up to 2 damage, which is perfect. And miss with 1 round, but critical with the second. So take his health down, and then bring Chickadee into range, Minjin Liu, and stun that guy. 90% chance to hit, so I'm fairly confident. And stun that dude. Then there's a bit of faffing. I don't know if I have to pick the body up or what, but actually you don't. All you have to do is stun the guy. So once stunned, you just ignore him and he'll automatically get picked up at the end of the mission. Anyway, there's a thin man there. He's on Overwatch, and I've learned my lesson against Overwatch, so I just put a rocket into him. Like this. Sblam! And that blows him up pretty effectively. The research lady chips on Dr. Valen. You can see at the top right, she chips in to go, I recommend against blowing people up because that will leave less things to pick up at the end of the mission. So basically blow stuff up, no fragments or bodies. But that's okay, I've got plenty of those at the moment. Anyway, I continue to push my way up. I've sped it up no end here. After some faffing to try and pick the body up, which does nothing, I just push on through here, and eventually a thin man pops down in a second. You'll see at the end of this round, I think. There he is. Bloop. And he's on Overwatch. I foolishly forgot to reload again, which, having, you know, tried to do suppression before and realised I was out. So I go for a headshot with this guy instead and miss pretty convincingly, leaving him very exposed. But this guy on Overwatch is kind of lethal, so I don't really want to do anything that's going to give him a free shot against me. So I'm being pretty cautious here, waiting for the thin man to make his move. Slightly concerned about my sniper that he'll get killed, but hoping he won't. Then reload that guy and just let the other guys do nothing. I was thinking about stunning him as well, going for a stun, like putting some pistol rounds into him. The sniper takes 3 damage from the thin man, but he's opened himself up. So I fire on him to increase the hollow targeting, but end up killing him. His plasma rifle explodes into fragments, so that's good. And then it's just a question of running them back and getting Van Dorn to the extraction area, which happens pretty quickly. Here we go. I think I do a dash in a second. I'm just making sure that there's no one else going to spring out at me. But then a dash with Van Dorn here. And there we are, mission complete. Results: 6 killed, 0 operatives lost. Everyone's a winner. And 5 promotions, 3 woundings, but you know, such is life. I get a second reaction shot, or 100% damage against robotic opponents. I haven't met any robots left, but I'm not using Overwatch a lot, so I figure I'll go with that. For this guy, my choices are 30% critical chance against adjacent units, or the first reaction shot will miss. So I figure that's good too. Squad sight allows firing at any target in an enemy's radius. Snapshot allows them to shoot after moving, so I figure I'll go for squad sight and keep the guy back. He turns into a sniper. There we go. And Chickadee turns and gets a squaddy, so she gets run and gun, which I think is actually quite a neat skill. I got a sectoid captive and also some corpses and some weapon fragments and a plasma pistol, and also a sergeant sniper. So I take squad sight for him, and the second tier options are damn good ground, which is an advance for firing above ground, and something else which I missed, but it didn't seem that compelling. I'll probably give it to the next guy. But now I've got my area excavated, I can't build a satellite uplink because I don't have enough engineers, so I'm in a bit of a catch-22 at this point. So instead I build a lab for the time being and start some more excavation. Then interrogate the sectoid is the priority, so I go ahead and do that. We get a little cutscene where you see the poor guy there being blasted by some weird old rays, and he sort of freaks out, and then we lock him away. The results of that is that he finds a... or we look into his mind, and the next mission is to investigate an outsider alien, and we get a beam weapon boost. So then I set up the Thin Man Autopsy as the next research project, and I will leave you there and see you in the next video. Lots of love, bye!